Hey, Jake.
You're right, mate.
Yeah, I was just putting my shirt on. You see, I find the shirt almost like, and this might sound funny to you, I almost find it as if it's like my coat of armour.
That makes perfect sense.
That when I come into this arena, this is what I wear. And so just now before we went to hit record, I noticed I wasn't wearing the shirt. And instantly, I didn't feel like I was ready for this.
You need your gladiator armour.
I need my shirt on, I need my watch, and I need my necklace.
Normies just
three
don't
things.
get it, do they?
Sorry?
Normies just don't. Well, I guess...
Normies? I wonder what you were saying then. Normies?
Well, I'm guessing but when you put it in the context of people who wear a suit to the office, that puts them into work mode, right?
Work mode, yes.
So this is your work uniform.
Yeah, and a knight that's going to fight a battle puts on a suit of armour.
Yeah.
And a fireman puts on his fireman's outfit to protect him. Yeah. This is my suit. This is my armour that I put on when I come to do podcasts, and it gets me in the zone.
Yeah, and we're matching.
And we're matching as well.
Which is great.
Do you know what it makes me feel like we're part of a team, Jake?
Because we are.
Because we are.
Right, so what is it that we're doing here today?
So I wanted today to reveal a few secrets of the podcast, because I'm in this space at the moment where people are coming to me quite regularly and saying to me, how do you do it, Martin? How have you done 400 episodes? How are you growing this thing? How are you finding an audience? How are you making money from it? And whilst I'm telling people on an individual level, I thought it was only fair that we reveal the secrets to the world.
Yeah, that's exciting. Right, okay, so where did it all begin? So if you're talking about podcasting, right, and revealing the secrets, you've got to start at the beginning, right?
At the beginning, yeah, that's it.
So how did you start? Why did you, this is the big question, why did you start this podcast?
Well, there are two sides to that. There are a few things to that question. The first being I start on a personal level. I started this podcast as a way to build and make connections with people, to build some friendships. I was in a space where I wasn't enjoying the things that I was doing in my life. Right. And I also felt quite lonely, to be honest, in my life at that point when I started. And I think a lot of that was down to my career choices. I was trying to be an actor for a very long time, and that's a lonely pursuit.
Yeah,
being a performer, it's very solo. You can't do that with you mix with people when you get cast in something, but whilst you're trying to get cast and you're trying to do the work, it's very lonely. I found it to be anyway. Yeah,
well, you haven't got an office or a community really, unless you go out and do workshops and things, do you?
No, that's it. And I think in my space as being as a parent, being an adult, I think that can often be a space where we're also, even though we've got people that care for us, it can also be kind of a lonely place as well. So life wasn't feeling great at the beginning of doing the podcast. And I was looking for a way to make a change. And it was for a conversation with a friend that together we came up with the idea that maybe I should try podcasting.
Very cool. And very good mate.
Yeah, very good mate, Jim. So me and Jim.
Wait, I know Jim.
Do you remember? You know Jim? Yeah, you know Jim. Well, we sat down and we did episode 1. And then another friend said they'd get involved. And another friend. And these circles of friends kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And as soon as you put something out there in the world, people generally, if it's a good thing and it's got a positive energy to it, which is something that I say that I've had all the way along, is the bigger picture to why I'm doing this, is a thing that resonated with people.
Yeah, I love that. And I think, you've carried that as we go. So, okay, so if someone is out there and they're thinking the same thing, the same kind of journey that you had, maybe for a different reason, they're thinking about doing podcasting, how would they know that it's right for them? Like, did you have a feeling? Did you have a tingle in your toes?
No, in fact, if we went back even a few days before I started, even a few days before I experimented with doing this, I would have said this isn't for me.
Interesting.
I would have said that I was a shy person, that I wasn't open for sharing, that I didn't really want to talk, that.
And look at you now. My goodness.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious me.
Yeah, how it's changed me, how it showed me who I really am. Of all those preconceived ideas that I was telling myself, I know now all those ideas to be wrong through doing this thing. And so what I would say to other people that are considering it is, first of all, do it, because it will change your life.
Just do it.
Like, do it. Like, if episode 1 of this was recorded purely on my mobile phone.
Technology nowadays.
Yeah.
People shoot movies on phones, don't they?
People do. In fact, Apple have recently done their Christmas advert on a mobile phone.
Yeah, bonkers.
You know, it's
bonkers.
So we're in that space now where we're carrying the technology you need in your pocket. Yes, the quality might not be 100%, but you don't need to be perfect when you start. In fact, I would say we're at episode 400 and something, and the quality is now a space that I'm trying to be more concerned with.
Right.
I'm now in a space where I now feel like I know what I'm doing, and where,
Yeah.
you know, it's taken me a while to get there with the quality, because I've been experimenting and playing as I go along.
Well, yeah, of course. You can only do it by trying. So you're saying just start.
Just start. I think it's more than just start. It's be brave.
Be brave.
Be brave. Test it. And the thing is as well, and I've had a few friends do this that have started podcasting, is you don't actually have to share.
Interesting, yeah.
In the sense of, you could start with yourself and a friend, and you could do that as an experimentation and see what it's like. And you don't have to put that on social media. You don't have to put that on the podcast. There is no one saying that is what you have to do, or what it is you're going to get from it. It might not be for the wider world. It might actually be of more benefit to you as a person.
I like that. Okay, but right, so let's say we do that and someone does that and they find that it's just for them. That's great. But what if you do want to, what is it called, like build up a listener profile, or like find the right audience and choose a topic and like create that show's identity, I suppose. Like, how do you go about building up that platform and that community?
Well, I'd say the first thing is, when you're doing this, you have to do something and have conversations about things that you're interested in.
Right.
Now, I started with the arts and with creativity because that's my background. I've always been interested in theatre and film in particular, whether that's acting, directing, producing. I've always been interested in those areas. So when I want to talk about them, or I have questions about them, I have a genuine interest. So I'd say to anyone that is going to pursue this, talk about things you like. Talk about things that are interest to you first, and you'll find the audience through there, because you're not going to be the only one that's going to have that interest. True. And the more you find your interest is unique or different, the more special it's going to be.
And I guess the conversation will flow more easily if you've got a genuine interest, because it's like having a conversation with a mate where you want to find out more.
And that's what's happening now. My interest has transformed as I've been doing this. It started off with creativity, but now my interest has become about people. I have become very interested in people at this point. So it's evolved from creativity into being about you, being about whoever it is sitting opposite me.
That's real cool, man. Okay, so right. Okay, so I'm trying to figure this out. So you start off with what interests you,
right,
and then you can market it like that, because you know that there are going to be other people that are also interested. Okay, so if you're going to choose how to market it, so like social media is big now, isn't it?
It's huge, yeah. It's a huge
we've all got access to it. How do you go about, choosing the right platform and choosing the right media outlets to push your podcast out there? How would you go about that?
Well, the first thing I would say is I would keep that consideration of, where are you? What are you interested in? Where do you go looking for content? If you're a person that is engaging with Instagram, continue to engage with Instagram. If you're getting your entertainment and you're getting your information from YouTube, share on YouTube. For me, with this, I wasn't aware of where my audience was.
Right.
So when I started, I put it on everything.
Yeah.
Put it because
See what sticks.
and see what sticks. Someone said to me a long, long time ago, throw as much mud,
Yeah.
throw as
all
much
right,
mud
yeah,
at the wall,
Yeah. All right.
and see what sticks.
Right.
Yeah,
There's a
And
different phrase of that, isn't
there,
there?
there is a different phrase of
But
that,
we'll
more grown
go
up
with
one, but
mud.
we'll go with mud. And that philosophy has kind of helped me with this, and I have found my audience to be in a place that I wasn't expecting.
That's real cool.
The big audience for this podcast is Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That is the long format. The long form content is there.
Which goes against what statistics currently say, that, you know, people's attention spans are limited and we only process short form content. That kind of goes against that, which is interesting, isn't
I
it?
wonder if that's the statistics or the narrative that we're being fed from the social media platforms that want our engagement.
Oh, interesting.
Because, you know, the social media platforms, they are a business,
Yeah, of
and their
course.
job is to keep you engaged for as long as possible and keep you on their platform. So they want as much content as possible, and to get millions and millions of pieces of content put on there every day, that's the narrative they want us to believe. However, having looked at the statistics of this podcast, on this podcast, people are listening in for 70% of the episodes. So
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good when you consider that most episodes are running at around 90 minutes. That means
you
people
chat a lot.
my guess. I'm chatting a lot today because you're asking the questions here, Jake.
True.
But it's
Sorry.
it's all right. That's all right. I think often this is a platform for the guest.
Yeah, of course.
That's the other thing to consider when you're podcasting. That whilst this is the Martin Talk Show, which looks very ego driven, this is a platform and a space I am opening up for the guest.
True.
This is
And,
never about
yeah.
me.
And I guess some podcasts aren't about guests. They're about, you know, two of the people that are doing it. You know, every podcast is different, and you've got to find that niche for you and what works for you.
Yeah, there are podcasts that are about sport. There
Yeah.
are podcasts that are about news. There are podcasts, about topics. And the topic for this podcast is about you, the guest.
Right. So you were saying a second ago that obviously social media platforms, they're businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're making a podcast and you want it to be your business, how, it's a bit of an eggy question, isn't it? How do you make money from it? How can you make money from podcasting?
Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you, and I'm not going to lie, Jake, it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time and it takes work, as does any new business that you start up.
And anything worthwhile, I would say, takes time.
That's
and takes
beautiful.
effort.
Anything worthwhile takes time. Yeah. It doesn't. It isn't a thing that you can just sit around and wait for. It is something that you have to put a lot of effort into.
Yeah.
And it is something that, the statistic is that the majority of podcasts don't go past episode 21.
Ooh.
If you can
I
break
didn't know that.
20, because that's where the excitement energy is.
Right.
In 21 episodes. That is where when we have an idea of something, we get a hit of endorphins. Mm-hmm. When we action on that idea, at first we get a hit of endorphins. And so it's been statistically proven that 21 episodes of this is where you'll have the most fun.
Gotcha.
Once you get to that 21 and past that, you start there can be fun there still, but it's not the same. That's where the real work begins. That's where you start honing your talents and your skills and figuring out what you are, and it starts going in certain directions. So getting to that phase is one thing. And then making money from it, well, that's the space where the audience comes involved, because attention is money in this world.
Yeah.
So
I've heard that.
If advertisers want to be part of something, there needs to be attention there. If sponsorship wants to be part of something, there needs to be attention there. So that's one way, and the most common way podcasters make money. This podcast at over 500,000 listens over the last 2 years
Whoa.
is massive, but it isn't quite in the space where you're going to earn money from advertising and sponsorship.
Right.
It's not quite reached that yet at that level, which you might be kind of like, that's surprising. That many people, unfortunately, the advertisers that are going to pay you money to make a living off of want bigger than that.
Yeah.
So there is residuals that you can get from YouTube streams and you can get from Apple and Spotify plays, but again, they want a lot more before you can start making a living from this. So the space that is the most valuable is your knowledge.
That's deep. I mean, just for life.
Yeah.
Like, for getting money, the space that's got the most value is your knowledge. That's quite deep.
And so what's happening now, and where I'm available to help people now, is that people are asking me, how do I do it? The questions you're asking me today, and I can guide them through that process. And that's the area now where we're able to fuel this podcast, is sharing the knowledge of podcasting and through interviewing.
Interesting. That's real cool.
It is cool. It is
That's
cool.
real cool.
It's kind of fueling this podcast in a way that I never expected.
Also, I'm wondering as well, like, so talking about money, it costs to make a podcast. Like, you've got to have the right gear. Well, you don't have to, like we said, to get started. But if you want something to be good quality, you want to invest in the right gear, right? But how do you go about choosing it? Like, I don't know the different types of microphones and editing software and lights and things. Like, what people can't see right now is that we're surrounded by lights and a couple of cameras, 3 cameras, and some wires and all sorts. And we've got the desk here as well, like with lots of pretty lights, and there's lots of different things to think about. How would you go about learning, or what to choose and what to go for?
Yeah. So like with any business, it's going to need a level of investment. And the investment in podcasting is getting the right equipment. And again, I've done that over a period of 2 years, upgraded this. And I still look forward to upgrading this podcast even further. But the most important thing that I would say at this moment is you need high definition cameras. Podcasting is now visual and audio. In fact, this podcast is in the top 20% highest played video podcasts in the world.
Whoa.
That's like,
That's mad.
My mind blows with that. And that's because every single episode from the start is recorded video and audio.
Right, gotcha.
And that gives that option and that opportunity for someone playing it to see the video as well.
That's cool. And I think, like, going back to your audience, we were talking to someone recently who is slightly auditory impaired, and they were saying how much they like that this podcast also has a visual medium.
Yeah.
Because for them, it would be quite hard to just listen to it. They find it easier to have both mediums available to them. So I guess if you're looking at the wider audience, that's something to consider.
Yeah, and we're in an age with technology where we can engage with things in any shape or form that we wish. So why block off part of your audience through not giving it?
That's cool.
So again, we're recording this episode on 3 iPhones. We're recording this episode on 1 iPhone 13 and 2 iPhone 16s. Now, someone says to me, how do you afford 3 iPhones? Well, the one way to do it is don't give your phone back at the end of your contract. Then next time you upgrade, rather than getting £100 off of your next contract bill, you've got 2 phones. You've got 2 contracts.
Yeah, I haven't even thought about that. And I guess if that's available to you, if you're able to do that, that's another way around it, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. The other way that you can make an income from doing something like this is you can look for grants, is another way to get an income. If you're doing a podcast that has a message that is in some way looking to help and contribute to society, then there are arts funding grants in this country, in the UK, that are available to you. There's also businesses that will look to support and fund you if you're doing something that's got community outreach. So, for instance, with this podcast, we're doing some community outreach with a series we're doing called Amplify Harlow.
Oh, it's a good series. I'm enjoying it.
I appreciate that,
It's
Jake.
like, no, but it's nice to meet lots of local people and figure out, like, you know, how they're helping the community in so many different ways. It's just really heartwarming to see. I really like meeting lots of new people.
And it's giving them an opportunity to spread what they do with a wider audience outside of this town and spread the message that maybe some people in other towns, in other parts of the world can look at and go, oh, this is interesting what you're doing here.
Yeah, maybe they can replicate it in their area.
And so there are some businesses, there are some councils that would like to get behind that and support what you're doing there. This is also an art form, what we're doing podcasting, having these conversations. And so there might be arts council grants available to you as well.
I was going to say as well, another way of kind of making an income, people talk about things like Patreon a lot.
Yes.
And like Ko-fi and stuff like that. Like, I guess building a community where it goes further than just the 2 people sat, or 3 people or 4 or whatever, having a podcast and having a bit of a chin wag. Other people, audience members, can get involved in a way that maybe they can't with other talk shows, like big talk shows that are on TV.
And I'd say, Jake, that's why one of the big things that fueled me in this journey is the first time that I went to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival and the second time. Both times I did a GoFundMe campaign and shared that with my audience. And both times my audience fully funded my Edinburgh Fringe experience.
That's legendary.
It paid for me to travel. It paid for me to eat. It paid for me to do the interviews with people. It paid for me to be in that arena because people looked in and they wanted me to continue this journey and they wanted to be part of it. And so, yeah, you're so right. That GoFundMe thing, that Patreon thing, it gives your audience an opportunity to really be part of this.
That's real cool, man. Okay, so if people do want to try podcasting, how would they get in contact with us? Would they, if they wanted to ask advice, I mean, like, why choose you? Why choose us to talk to?
Wow. Why choose us?
I know. Go on. It's like a work interview.
Impressed. Why you, Martin?
Why you?
I'd say the thing is, with us, Jake, is that we're honest, that we've put in a lot of hard work into this, that this is something that we're passionate about and we care about, and we genuinely have a passion for this, that we would love others to do podcasting.
It feels great.
So much so that I wish money wasn't a barrier.
Yeah.
I wish money didn't exist in this world. But it does. Money is the fuel to make this happen. Money helps with the audience engagement. It is part of it. And so, even the talk of money throws me off of things, Jake.
I know, but
it's not something that we're driven by.
No.
We're not looking to be multimillionaires by this. We're looking to fuel and engage.
Yeah, we'd be hard-pressed, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we're looking to fuel.
Hard-pressed.
We are looking to fuel and engage a conversation, and we're looking to help others do it. And the benefit that this has had to my life, and I think for you as well, Jake, the benefit it has had to your life.
Definitely.
I think we would genuinely like to see others doing this as well.
Definitely. Right. So what can we actually offer? Like, is it one-to-one training? Is it like chat support? Like, do we do like Zoom conversations? Do we have meetings? Like, how can we support other people?
Yeah, well, the connections in this world, now we can connect with people anywhere. So we can offer training and mentorship via Zoom calls, via video calls. We can also do it in one-to-one, whereas if someone's in the UK, we can meet them locally. And we can even help to the stage of producing the full podcast for others.
Oh, yeah, of course. We've got Showtime Studios.
Showtime Studios. So Showtime Studios is the production company which we run that produces this podcast, and it produces a number of podcasts now for other people, for companies and individuals. And so we're able to, with those individuals, they just want to sit down and do the hosting. They just want to sit down and do the talking. They don't want to get tied up with what microphone should I buy, what lighting do we need. They want to sit down with a guest and have a conversation and concentrate on that part. So we can offer that to them now because we now have the equipment to do that. We also have the expertise that we can come in and give them guidance on how to be a host. And we can give them the space and the platform that they need to just do it, to just do the thing.
Amazing.
Or we can just, if they want to do the thing on their own, but they just need a little bit of guidance and a little bit of a nudge, then we can offer that as well. So whatever level someone wants the help, we're there for them.
That's real cool, mate. That's so cool. I'm so excited for this next kind of leg of the journey.
It is. It's amazing.
Like another branch.
It's another branch to a magical tree of podcasting.
Amazing. Thank you for answering my questions. It felt good to get some practice in as a podcaster.
It was
and
good.
as an interviewer.
Yeah, no, good. I appreciate you pressing me hard on the questions there, Jake. It's
love it.
I don't like to hold on to these secrets. I do want to share, and I do want others to try podcasting. I know there's a bit of a joke in the world right now. We don't need any more podcasts.
I think it's more that some people maybe want to do podcasting, but they're not quite sure what it is they want to talk about. And maybe they're jumping into it before they've established that.
Yeah, and I guess that question you asked me earlier, like, is podcasting right for you, is probably the first and most important question to ask yourself, because this is going to be hard work. This is going to throw challenges your way. It's not necessarily going to give you recognition, fame, and fortune. It is going to be a passion and a pursuit. So do you want that?
Do you want that?
Do you want that?
Find out.
Find out. Give it a go.
Give it a go.
Give it a try. And we're here to help you.
We can't wait.
And so what we'll do is we'll add a link to Showtime Studios. It's showtimestudios.info.
Say that again.
Showtimestudios.info.
Perfect.
That's where you'll find all the information about how we can help you. It gives you all the information of how you can contact us. And if it's something basic that you've got to ask, just reach out. Just send me a DM. Send Jake a DM.
Yeah.
We'd love to
I'm
get
on Insta.
involved. We're also in the space of now, I've been asked recently to be on a few other people's podcasts. And so that's quite an interesting space to be going into. And no doubt, Jake, as more and more people get to know you, they'll be asking you as well. And we're here for that. We want to share. My personal mission is to make, it's very simple, Jake, to find this recently, is to make this a better world. And if we can do that through conversations, I'll be a very happy person.
Oh, that's a very noble pursuit. I like it. It sounds very cheesy, but it's very noble.
It's cheesy. It's far-fetched. It's crazy. But I'm doing it. Try and stop me.
Oh, God, great. Try and stop him. But yeah, you lot can do it too.
Wonderful. Thanks again, Jake.
Thank you.
If anyone has been watching or listening, thank you for joining us for this conversation. We truly appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.